I think it's time for the update. Frog is out of the workshop finally. Well, you see, okay, what are you talking about? The Frog was out of the workshop for a long time. You had the VR5 turbo, blah blah, was working, ripping, and all that stuff. That's true. However, I removed that engine. I said in previous videos why and all that stuff, but let me just recap this very quickly. We removed the VR5 turbo. Reason for that is, like I said, I've explained in the previous videos in details. We both, me and Steve, love Andrews. Andrews is a friend of mine, which has a standard engine, and every time we jump in that car, it's like, oh fuck me, this is so good. This is just so good. His balance is just perfect on the car. And we always preach it. We always say that the standard BAM engine, which is 225, we remarked 260 to 75, is a perfect balance for one of these cars. It pulls immediately. It sounds great. It's just a perfect balance. Even on the track, I always say this would be mint. So I said, you know what, I've sold my VR5 because I wanted to go 1.8 anyway, because since the beginning, since the very start, even when I was developing the kit for the VR5 and VR6, I said my preferable engine for this, it will still be 1.8 20 valve, the 4-cylinder engine in that position, because it's just great. You know, I'm not gonna go through all this stuff again because, you know, we already said this a million times. The way it fits, the way it's serviceable, because you can get to the engine, you can get to everyone. It's small, it's light, great gearbox. You know all of this already. If you don't, look at the previous videos. So I said, okay, this is time now that I finished to develop VR5, VR6, blah blah. I got everything. I can take it out, I can sell it, and put the engine that's supposed to be in this car in the first place. But do you know what? I say, partially because I don't have a time. I have another engine for this. They're supposed to be built, you know, for whatever horsepower. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but there is one waiting to be built. Because this car, obviously, you know, you want more power, blah blah, make it be more ridiculous. I said, well, I always wanted we've always praised how good the standard engines are. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna get a standard engine, and I'm gonna open it as it is, just gonna refresh it, put the oil, put the fresh coils, fresh, obviously, spark plugs, fresh sensors, baffle sump, because, you know, these cars, they corner quite a lot, so G-forces in the corner, they more than these engines, more than usually. The G-forces in this car, they're more like in a TT or whatever cars these cars come from originally, so, you know, just give it a bit more safety in the engine. So baffle sump, I think, is the minimum you could get if you want to do any dynamic road driving or trackies. So I say, okay, that too, fresh oil, good oil, and I'm gonna put everything that we sell. So I pretty much took the kit that we sell to customers and put it in this car. So the wiring room adapter, the exhaust, which is exactly that, the bumper exit, because this is the most popular and I like it too, the cold induction, obviously, same. The only thing is mine is a bit more bodged because it's my stuff, so I don't care. The one we sell is one piece. This is joint because I have this as a leftover. Same stuff. Couple of changes, because obviously my air filter is bigger, because obviously I run over 500 brakes, so, you know, I'm done some modifications here. I removed the filler cap from here completely, all the fuel lines going to the filler cap, and now it's under the engine lip, which actually is a very good modification. And partially, I'm gonna go off the topic for a second, partially because eventually this is gonna have a giant turbo, which is gonna be almost on the top of the gearbox, and the intake from the turbo is going to be facing there. And once we remove those pipes, okay, now is a bit of a mess because a bit of wires, but you can see even now, let me just check, yeah, you can see the air filter there. There is a space through that hole to run even a 5-inch pipe as the intake from the air filter to the turbo. So just turbo system, this now could be designed beautifully. Obviously this is only possible when you don't run the charge cooler, because in the kit what we do, we put the charge cooler here, but I have the intake cooler, so obviously just the boost pipes here, so all this space is available, which is great. But is one better than other? No. Positives and negatives, but I think even the charge cooler we have, that is gigantic one. It's 3.5 inch inlet, 3.5 inch outlet. I mean, before you run into that being a limitation, no, you need big powers from the engine, so big numbers as the power goes. So no, they're both great solutions. I just wanted to be more radical, and I like the fact that Toyota used to, in the old Mark II. MR2s, they used to run the same setup, so intercooler in the front and boost pipes through the engine tunnel, exactly the same way that we run it, me and Steve. Actually, Steve has a bit of a mess over there. They run it in the middle of the tunnel like I did here. I liked it, so I did it. So that's primarily the reason. There's not really a big advantage. There's a disadvantage, obviously. You have boost pipes running through the car, and much more fabrication needed, much more work. This will be much more expensive. But you know, I kind of wanted kind of like a standard interiors, but a bit of a touch of a race car inside as a tunnel there. So I don't know. It's personal preferences. Anyways, get back to us. It's a completely standard engine. I haven't opened it. I haven't even split the engine from the gearbox to check in what condition the clutch is, which is kind of stupid, to be fair. I know that's at least should be checked, or replace the clutch because track use and all that stuff. But haven't even done that. I just cleaned that, refreshed it with the fresh fluids, sensors, spark plugs, coils from the R8, which is not actually that expensive, and that's it. Turbo, as it was. A bit of plane, not too much. It should survive a couple of days in the truck, and well, we see. We're gonna send it. It's kind of also to prove how good these engines are, because we always say it, but then we run 500 brakes. And it's like, well, hold on, you're saying this is great with the standard engine, but you run twice the power. It's like, how's that? Yeah, that's kind of point. Yeah. So no, standard as it is. So yeah, I thought, well, you know the car already. Oh, you probably don't know the carbon roof. This is the latest. It's been on a car for a long time now. It isn't bolted. I don't have a fuse yet. It's just, you know, just there, so it doesn't rain on the seats. I have to put the mounting kit and everything, drill it, and you know, assemble it. But yeah, carbon roof is definitely an upgrade, because it's so light. I don't know how much it weighs, but you can lift it with a finger, literally, and it's strong. The guy said he's like 90 or 100 kilograms. He can stand on the roof, no problems. You can guarantee that. So it is actually probably stronger than a standard one, but it weighs like 20 times less. I have a normal roll cage, nothing fancy, which is very strange for me because I'm really geeky about the roll cages. I used to build them myself, but because of lack of time, I just bought one. Well, both actually Steve bought this one. I think I still owe him money for this. I'm a horrible friend. And I still have to finish with it on, but this is a normal CDS steel, bolted on. So it's quite heavy, not that stiff, not the greatest one. However, MR2s actually don't need that much of a roll cage to stiffen the chassis, because they work already okay. And you know, the car will be like very geeky areas, like, no, you have to, you know, do a proper one. This one, I'm almost okay with it, but I have to finish with it on, because obviously I don't have the door bars, I don't have the pillars on the front, so yeah, this needs to be done before we hit the truck. Get back to us, because this is actually, I'm drifting again off the topic. This is not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this car here. So this is a customer's car. Like I said, I'm supposed to be doing this last week, actually 2 weeks ago, but I wasn't here for 2 weeks, so I just literally couldn't do it. But now I'm here, sacrificed time from my kids, weekend, done this, out the ramp is empty, and I'm working on this one here. This is a very nice example of a facelift, very clean, very tidy MR2. And I've noticed you run 16s on the front, Mazdas, and 70s on the back. And for some reason, as much as I'm not fan of big tires, big diameter wheels on MR2, I run 15s, look like a fucking barrel on the back, 305s. I don't dislike this, especially for the road use. I don't know, I just it suits it. It looks good. Maybe because it's the same color, maybe because, I don't know, I will get some spaces to get them out a little. But anyways, this is not about how stylish the car is. I've noticed that we haven't answered all the questions, and even on the website we probably have 99% of the questions answered, but people keep asking, and to be fair, we getting busier and busier, so we have less and less time to answer these questions, to speak with the customers, which is not my intention, but it's just physically not possible. And sometimes sometimes I do forget to answer to customers, because all right, I'm busy, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow I forget about it, and it's been a week, 2 weeks, and this customer after tomorrow is like, oh, they ignored me. No, I didn't ignore. All right, yeah, I get it. So my idea is to make another playlist but be more detailed. So for example, engine mounts, we're gonna go in a proper detail. When you remove the transfer case, how to remove it, because I know now people sometimes come back to me, it's like, okay, how do I remove this transfer case, because there is a small collar which is a connector for the gears. How do I remove it, because it's quite stiff? Okay, I'm gonna show you in a video. In that instance, if it gets stiff, how do I do it? And every question that you may have is going to be answered there. Then when we're going to install the billet pad on the gearbox or the O2M instead of the in place where the transfer case was to, there is an oil seal that you have to put in. Is a standard, is the original Volkswagen oil seal that is used in the front-wheel drive gearboxes, which is very easy. Just go on Google and search it and find it. But sometimes I need my coffee this morning. Haven't slept. It's been third night now. I don't know why. It came back to me. Yeah, not sleeping. Not good. Anyway, sorry. So I was saying that it's very easy to find the pad number and to find that seal, because you Google it and it comes out, or you put in eBay, seal from the drive shaft, right side, blah blah. But some people to look for the answers from us because we do it, which is fair enough. They keep asking, so all these questions are going to be answered there. So I'm going to show you how to put it, how to put the seal, where to get that seal, and what is the pad number, and what are the sizes. So whatever research you want to do, wherever you want to get it from, all the information is going to be there. And then also the half shaft. The half shaft comes from the front-wheel drive gearbox, and people have questions. Oh, does this one fit? Does this one fit? All the answers going to be in that. So first one I'm going to show today. I'm going to actually start it. This is episode not even 1, because I'm just introducing this. Probably we're going to call it episode half. And the next one is going to be episode 1, which we're going to start with the engine. So once you have the engine, obviously from the donor car on the pallet, or when you remove it, we're going to show what you have to remove, what you leave on the engine, and what to put on the engine before you put it in the chassis, so it's easier to work on it, and all that stuff. I explain everything. So I think, yeah, this is it's going to take me slightly longer, because obviously making these videos, blah blah, is you have to grab the camera. I don't. It is what it is. It takes time. Anyways, yeah, change myself, because obviously I don't walk this way. I have to change my clothes because I'm gonna get dirty. We're gonna start cleaning the engine, removing this one, and start with these episodes, explain everything. So hopefully it's gonna be easier for everyone. See you in a second.